What's up, everybody? Kimberly Olson here, coming in live tonight to talk to you about sharing your story. So I really missed you guys. Normally I do lives on the weekends, and we had Addison's little dance recital. I hope you guys saw that. I couldn't even believe it. She was really excited about it, but I thought she was gonna kind of lose it when she saw like people coming that we knew, and she just went right up there on stage and did her thing. So we had that, and then a girl on my team had her launch party, her launch event. So I had that on Sunday. So it was a little busy, so I missed you guys, but I'm glad to come back and talk to you guys about sharing your story. And we are going to talk about business, but this is something that you can use in anything, because sometimes I think we are afraid to be vulnerable. I was just messaging a girl, we were going back and forth, and at the end she said, "I'm so sorry. Hey, thanks for hopping on." She said, "I'm so sorry for TMI." And I said, why? I mean, more people need to be talking about real stuff. Like, it doesn't need to be, "Hi, you know, I'm so awesome." Like, that's great. I love with Facebook, we can post fun pictures. And yes, Facebook is kind of usually the good stuff, but let's be real. You know, I think we really need to be real, not complaining, but just really be real about our stories and what's going on and support each other. So if you guys are hopping on live, put 1 in the comments. If you're watching the replay, put 2. If you're new and haven't seen my videos before, put new in the comments. If you share this, I'm gonna shout you out, and I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. So put shared in the comments as well. And I have a little surprise for you guys at the end. I know I'm always like giving you surprises, but I'm launching something next month, and I'm pretty excited about it. So I'm gonna share that with you guys, so make sure you stick to the end. Hey, thanks for hopping on. So I have had a brand called F.E.A.R since 2011, and I did social media with that brand. I was on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I used to travel across the country public speaking, and my platform was F.E.A.R. I used to do a lot of TV and radio, and it was all F.E.A.R based. And I never really shared my personal life. You know, I talked about being overweight in college and stuff because my brand was about, you know, being healthy and natural and stuff like that. But so I shared my story being overweight, but I didn't really share much about, I guess, kind of the things in my life that weren't so Pollyanna-ish. And I realized over time that people buy from other people. They don't buy from brands. And I think that's one of the biggest things I've learned by joining a network marketing business. So if you're not network marketing, you don't have to be to get a benefit from what we're talking about. But for me, I felt that. And I realized that people are connected to me. They want to either join my business because they want to work with me, or they're ordering product from me because they want to order from me. They like me, they trust me. And so when I realized that, that people are going to want to know your story. They're going to want to know more about you because they want to have that connection with you. They want to know that you're a real person. So when you are on Facebook and you're sharing, or maybe you're in private messenger and you're having a conversation with people, you want to share your story. You want them to know that you identify with them. If they want more money, they want to know that you struggled with money. If you want to have more time freedom, maybe you want to be home with your kids, they're going to want to know that you understand where they're coming from. You might not have the same exact story, right? Like if they went through foreclosure and you haven't, but you might have a money issue, you can identify with them. So I really want to encourage you guys to share your story and not be afraid to do that. So I can hear my husband, so just keep on rolling. So I'm going to share my story with you guys in the hopes that it inspires you to share your own story as well. So my story goes back, of course, if you guys knew my whole life, like I could write a couple books on it. It's been a little crazy. But my most recent story that I wanted to share with you guys is I went through some big changes. We had Addison, and the Austin market was just really great. So we had an opportunity to sell our starter home. We'd redone it and remodeled, and we had an opportunity to move out in the hill country and build our house that we really wanted. And so it was amazing. We love our house, and so it was just going great. I was traveling, like I told you guys, and so I had a great job. Scott's had a great job. He still does. And then we found out we were pregnant with Elise, our second, in my second trimester. I know, I'm that weird girl who didn't know she was pregnant. I had 0 symptoms, I swear. And it was kind of a shock, but also it was a financial adjustment because Austin is one of the highest preschool and daycares expenses in the country. It's like college tuition. It's ridiculous. So I was 9 months pregnant with my second. I was with Elise, and I realized that I couldn't keep the job I had. I was traveling all across the country. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, sorry, Leanne. Yours is totally affordable, but it is very expensive. Anyways, I was traveling all over the country with Addison. In my delusional pregnancy mind, I thought I could keep doing that with two. And so here I am, almost 9 months pregnant, and I realized that I couldn't keep doing that. Like, I was gonna have to find something here in Austin. And I had been doing that for a very long time. I was really good at it, and I loved it. But I was gonna have to kind of totally shift gears. And so I decided I was gonna stay home with her, do maternity leave, and then get a job. So it took me months to find something that was going to work financially for what we were used to, something that was local, and something that was gonna utilize my skill sets. And I was doing all kinds of freelance work, in the interim. But the point is, I had a big, huge, there was months and months and months where I was home, wasn't working, and we were just normal. We have a home, we have a mortgage, we have car payments, we had medical bills, we had a couple minor surgeries and the birth of Elise. So here we are, just a normal family, as Dave Ramsey would say, we're normal, but we had some financial issues, I think everybody does. Thank God we don't now, but we did. We kind of went through that struggle. And we were doing okay, but we weren't getting ahead. And I'm the numbers girl. I do our budgets. I have my undergrad in business, and I was running the numbers, and I'm like, we're not making any progress. Like, I'm so blessed to have Elise, but it just financially, like, we didn't have that in the plan. And so it was very, very stressful. As a new mom, you're already overwhelmed, right? You've got emotions and different things, but I had a 1.5-year-old and a brand new baby and was getting ready to start a new job that was over an hour from my house. And I can't even describe to you how stressed out and overwhelmed I felt. There were nights where I would just lay there and I would just think, like, how am I gonna get out of this? Like, this isn't a way to live. I just felt really sad. I remember I had a lot of anxiety. I would wake up in the morning, and I feel like I'm gonna cry, so just bear with me. I just would wake up and I would have kind of like a pit in my stomach, like, I just felt such a burden to try to figure this out, and I just felt really, really stressed. And so Victoria, some of you saw the interview that Victoria and I did. She's one of my best friends. We used to work together, and this was a year after I had Elise, and I was struggling. I mean, I was commuting over 2 hours a day. I would see my girls for 45 minutes. It was pathetic. And she introduced me to a network marketing company. And I said, no, I'm not interested. I've got so much going on. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm just not interested. And she said, okay, no problem. And a little bit later, she's like, you really should look at this. Like, it could just be something extra for you. And I'm like, I am not interested. Like, I don't want to do network marketing. I don't want to annoy people. And she's like, you're not, she's laughing because she tells the story that I finally said, you need to just chill. Like, this is not a good time for me. And I think I was still in that dark place. And I was coming off of back-to-back pregnancies, nursing, all that stuff. I just was wounded, I was not in a good place, you guys. And I saw her, we had a girls' night. I saw her in February of a year ago, coming up on a year, Victoria. And she said, look, your hair sucks. And I had told her my hair sucked. And she said, why don't you just try the product? And I was like, okay. I tried everything at Whole Foods. It doesn't work, even though it's natural. It does not work. I did a no poo shampoo, disgusting. It made my head have dandruff. I was like itching like I had lice, and I would overproduce oil here. And then, you guys, with the stress that I experienced from all of this, I lost all my hair in the front. Like, if I put my bangs back, you would see it, like a big gap. It was embarrassing. So she's like, why don't you just try the product? And I was like, okay. So I tried it, and after one wash, the oiliness went away, and I was like, okay, this stuff is kind of good. But then she's so smart. She sent me a before and after picture of a 12-year-old who had alopecia. Her doctor said she'd never grow her hair, and in 4 months with Monique, she grew her hair back. And I was like, and she knows my heart. Like, my heart is all about helping people. And I was like, oh, well, that's kind of awesome. So I was kind of thinking about it, and she's like, why don't you just try the business? She's like, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee. Just try it. If you don't like it, she's like, we don't bother people. She's like, we just share. We just tell them we have good hair. And I was like, okay, I could do that. And it was trending to be the #1 company for premium hair care without any competition. They have a less than 1% return rate. So I was like, okay, this is all like looking really good. So what I told her is, I'm going to sign up and I'm going to put this on a credit card, and I've got to make the money back by the time the payment comes or I'm out. Because as you guys know, I was working really hard to get out of debt. So I started making money right away. I guess I didn't know this, but Monat pays out like over 50% commissions and then bonuses, which most companies pay out like 25%. So I started making money right away. And I was doing this like literally 30 minutes a day. Like I'd send some text messages or Facebook message people, you know, at night or, you know, in the morning real quick. Like I had no time to work on this because I work full time and I have a really demanding job. And it was so easy. I wasn't selling people on it. I wasn't bothering people. All I would do is seriously like post a before and after, or I would share, or I would ask people if they wanted to try a sample. And I'm not kidding. I would get people just texting me like, I'm ready to order. I'm ready to order. What do I do? Like it was really weird. And I didn't want to do anything with parties or having inventory or auto shifts. I used to do Young Living, and I had to spend a certain amount every month, and it wasn't working for me. So fast forward to today. So I signed up end of March, so I'm coming up on a year, and I am still doing it super part-time. I just got this in the mail. Oh, you guys can't see it. Let me flip the camera. If you guys don't do lives, there's like all these little tools you can do. Okay, I'll flip it so you guys can see it. It says, oh, can you guys see it? It says Associate Market Mentor, and this, when I read this, it made me cry. It says, the description's called Teacher, and it says, you are leading others by the example you set. So I also got this little pin, and it has 7 little gems on it. I'm gonna flip that back because that's annoying. It's got 7 little gems on it. Like, think about this. Can you imagine getting this in the mail? I'm like, is this for real? My next rank is I'm going to qualify to earn a Cadillac. Like, you guys, you don't understand. My daughter already knows which one I'm getting, and she's like, Mommy, I can't wait for your Cadillac. Like, think about being those girls growing up with a mom who like goes out and gets a Cadillac. Like, that's just blowing my mind right now. So I'm doing it super part-time. My goal is obviously to just keep growing it. But I got to tell you guys, aside, and I'm not trying to be so sided with my company, I'm just wanting to share my story. But I got to tell you guys, the best thing that I've gotten from this, and I thank Victoria just from the bottom of my heart, I have gotten my confidence back. I don't have anxiety anymore. I don't have that pit in my stomach. I wake up every day and I'm so excited. Like, I can't wait to work on my business or share with people or find out what my team's doing, or, you know, just see what, you know, how people are liking the product, or even just my own experiences with it. Like, it has changed me. I'm a different person, because in order to be successful at this, you have to do work on yourself. You have to do mindset work, and I have to do it. I have to, you know, journal and meditate and all those things that are easy to do, but it's hard to get yourself disciplined to do it. In order to be successful at this business, you've got to learn how to get through the ups and downs, and you've got to learn how to just mellow it out where you're not so emotional about things. That strengthens you as a person, because at work, if something comes up, I don't react like I used to. I don't get so upset with it. I'm just such like just a different person. I feel like I have so much wisdom and discernment. And the best part about it all, you guys, is I think why I was so sad for that time is I had nothing that was mine. I wasn't impacting other people. I wasn't changing people's lives. And my gift, my spiritual gift, is the gift of encouragement. So that's what I'm supposed to be doing, is encouraging people. And I wasn't. I was just by myself. And I'm able to do that every single day. Like, it just blows my mind. I also used to race home and couldn't wait to have a glass of wine. And some of you know my story behind that. I used to like love my wine. I really did. And I know all of you have your funny gifts, and it's cool if you love your wine. But I wasn't productive. I would have wine, you know, at dinner and have another glass, and I would just want to chill for the rest of the night. I didn't want to work on my business. I don't drink alcohol anymore because I found I'm so much happier when I don't. I can work on my business. I'm energetic. I wake up refreshed. And I'm not bashing those that like to have their wine. Have your wine. I have my things too. But because of what I've developed as a person, I was able to stop an unhealthy habit that wasn't serving me, if that makes sense. So super personal, but like I said, I was going to share my story because, you know, fear is false evidence appearing real. It seems scary to share. You know, I don't like that I'm getting teary-eyed and talking to you guys. But I will tell you this. I'm changing lives. I'm changing people's lives. I can wake up every day feeling good about the work I did the night before. I know that I'm impacting people's lives. I'm positive, and I know that I'm building a legacy business. I'm going to be creating something that I could potentially pass on to my children, but most importantly, they're going to grow up thinking this is normal. They're going to grow up thinking, oh, you want to create something? You just go do it. My mom did. Like, how awesome is that, you guys? So that's the kind of people I'm looking for. That's the kind of people I'm bringing into my business. That's the kind of team I am creating. So if you guys are with me and you're creating that kind of business, drop some hearts. You guys, don't try to just bring anybody onto your team. Let's get some people who want to change lives. Let's get some people who want to go after it, who have drive, passion, courage. They're going to persevere through the ups and downs. They're just going to go for it, and they're not going to let anything get in their way. It takes work, you guys, but I promise the payoff is so worth it. It really is. So message me or post a comment if you have any questions about what I do in my business. I'd love to talk more to you guys about it. But the bottom line is, share your story. Share your story like this. If you're starting your business and you're like, I don't know what to do for my first live, I actually have a treat for you guys. I'm going to help you. But the content could be this. You could just share your story. You could tell them why you chose the company you chose, or if you are running your own business, tell your story. You know, what got you into cute printed tees with inspirational quotes, whatever. Share your story. That can be your first story. So my treat for you is, some of you guys know I do workshops. I have a vision board workshop, a business planning workshop, and a prospecting and recruiting workshop. They are amazing. They're online, they're recorded, and you get access to the replay for life. The reason why I say they're amazing is because what you all have told me. I mean, I'm obviously biased. I put a lot of work into them. But in February, I'm launching a Facebook Live workshop, and it is going to be amazing because in the workshop where I use Zoom, and you'll have the opportunity to do a live in front of us. So it gives you a chance, even if it's a minute, it gives you a chance just to talk and see what that feels like, because it's not scary. It feels that fear, right? It feels scary, and it's not, you guys, I promise. It's just something you've never done before. But I will tell you, when I started doing lives consistently, that's when my business went up to the next level. That's when I started recruiting people from social media and Facebook, and that's when my views skyrocketed. That's when my engagement increased. It really does make a difference. You don't have to build your business with lives, but Facebook is loving people who do lives. That's the trend for 2018. They're incorporating lives any way that they can. It will always get the most attention if you do those lives. And if you want to be included on the list, just put Facebook Live workshops in the comments, and I'll put you on my waiting list. I'll get you guys information on the course. And then also, I am launching a 6-week boot camp in March. So it's going to be small group training. I already wrote the content for it, well, at least the outline for it, and it's going to change your life. So I'm going to keep that really small, though, because I have to do a lot of one-on-one with you. So yeah, if you want to find out more, I'll be talking about it over the next month. But I just want to tell you guys that what's coming down the pipeline. So if you haven't already, please like my page over at thegoaldiggergirl.com. No, it's not thegoaldiggergirl.com. It's on Facebook, facebook.com/thegoaldiggergirl. I'll post a comment so you guys can like it. But I do different trainings on there, so make sure you guys are on that page liking it as well. So thanks for letting me share my story and be vulnerable with you guys. And I will be honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought. I was a little nervous. So thanks for letting me share my heart. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.